You got a mole frozen off your dick?
I got a mole on my junk frozen off yesterday. Anyways, as I'm sitting there straddling this fence, this big-ass spider drops right in front of my face. I'm like, motherfuck, this could not get any worse.
You got a mole frozen off your dick?
Don't say that.
Welcome to the Weekly Loot. We are back after a brief hiatus. Mark at _ Mark McDonald, Nicole, SexxyBot, and Kirk at Icon40. Why did we take a few weeks off?
Because week
Number
one.
Vegas.
I'm telling the story.
okay.
Telling the story.
Week one, SOE Live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Nicole stayed at home. She was being a sourpuss that
I
week.
didn't get invited.
So we said, you'll go home and you'll enjoy it. Then,
I did
week
enjoy it.
2, Kirk was at PAX Prime.
No. Week 2, Mark was on vacation.
In Florida.
At Harry Potter
Harry
Land.
Potter Land.
And Nicole came,
Universal
but we didn't
Studios.
record the Weekly Loot because it's like, well, 2 people, we don't have anything to talk
We did,
about.
yes.
The 2 biggest snoozes on the podcast.
Week 3, I was at PAX Prime. That was last week.
Yeah. Nicole
we
was
haven't done
also
this
being a
in-
sourpuss, so she just sat at home.
One,
again.
Mark was like, we don't need you today, blah, 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 blah,
So it's been
blah.
4 weeks since we did the show, but we're glad to be back. We're thrilled. We have a ton of new questions, new
Some of
cues. Got some new
Some of us
cues.
are more thrilled than others.
Yeah.
Some of
Mostly
us-
Kirk. Kirk has all the thrill.
I'm so thrilled to be here. So should we just jump right in?
Thanks for having me. Thrilled to be
Hey
here.
guys, thanks for having me.
Hey.
I got slapped.
Topic number 1, go.
Oh shit, I can't read my own handwriting.
And who said it? Who said
I
it?
don't know.
And who said it? Is it A?
Oh my god, what did you do?
It
It looks like... I can't even guess.
Okay.
It ends in a 3. If it starts with an M...
It's my hey.
Mihailo?
Mihailo.
Eska 3.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
What do you like most in RPG games? Sorry for butchering your name. I'm sorry. It was my fault because I wrote it bad.
What do we like most in RPG games?
RPGing.
Yeah, role playing.
I mean RPing.
You gotta RP before the G. There's the RP before the G, see?
Okay.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. I don't know that necessarily when I play an RPG that I'm RPing as much as.
What
I
does that
feel-
even entail? Like,
Well, it's like
what does
really
the
getting into
role playing mean?
Like,
Are
if
you
you're-
picturing yourself in the character?
Yeah, it's like you're.
Because then every game is a
him.
role playing game.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you could just be like, well, no, I'm controlling this dude. Like, I'm not him.
Like in.
Well, I mean, in your imaginations, like, if you're playing a game, like, if you're playing Skyrim or something, you could either just be like, hey, I'm just playing a game and I'm playing
So
this
is
character.
it a matter of opinion?
Or it's like, I'm in the game and this is me, and it's like,
So is that just preference then?
well, it's just how, I guess, how
Well,
you
does
play.
that mean like Rock Band, where you literally made a character of you? Is
Doing
Yeah.
that like fits your definition of an RPG?
Yeah.
But by no means is it.
Okay.
I feel like an RPG
Fine.
is like the company's self-proclaimed I'm an RPG game.
Yeah.
I say it is one where you're able to customize your stats and upgrade your character in a way you see fit.
Mhm.
So you create your character.
But
It's not
would-
necessarily you yourself.
So
it's,
would League be an RPG?
no, F that.
You're
League is
customizing your own stats.
Yeah, you just
shit
got
heap.
owned. I don't know.
Is Dota an RPG card?
No, I don't consider it an RPG.
Okay. What about
Skyrim.
Skyrim?
Boom. Number 1.
Yeah, I feel like
Number 1 in the hood. EverQuest.
What was the
Number
second
one
one
in
you
the
just said?
hood.
You said number 1 in the
Oh,
hood.
okay.
G.
Stop.
Stop.
Wow, I got 2 stops. That's 2 out of 3.
Nicole,
That's a
you
good
have a
record.
tan line on your foot.
I do because
Why do
it's
your feet
summer.
look so
Did you go to the
scaly?
bitch?
Because they're dry.
Dang.
Did you go sailing?
No.
I've heard you're a big sailor. I've heard you're big into
I
sailing.
heard someone mention sailing just now.
I spent a lot of time in
that-
the sun,
No, I said her
summer.
feet look scaly.
and it's
Oh.
fucking dry in California.
I thought
So the both of you
you
just shut your
mentioned that
fraps.
she went sailing, like she was on a boat.
There's a drought in California, so my feet look like a desert.
Yeah, don't use ocean water because it's running out.
My feet are very...
Did we answer that question thoroughly?
No, it says, what do you like most?
Oh, okay. What do I like most?
I guess, is our answer.
Yeah, making a character the way I want to make them.
And then being super strong and being like, I'm fucking awesome.
If you're playing like a mage,
killing stuff.
Do you imagine that you're like
The
casting
main.
spells?
I like killing stuff.
No, but you give me a wand from
Harry
Wizarding
Potter
World
Land?
of Harry Potter, I'll cast spells all day. Go
What kind of wizard would you be?
A cool one. Gryffindor for sure.
Okay, but
If I got sorted into
I think I would be
Ravenclaw or
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff, shut up.
Yeah.
No one ever
No, by
chooses
accident. I'm not going to choose it, but I think,
The sorting
honestly, I
hat
would be
chooses
sorted
for you.
into Hufflepuff.
that. Okay, let's say
Regardless of whether... It's just the most, like, the worst one, and, like, nobody cares about
let's
it.
say you're being
me.
sorted. McGonagall comes up to you. She puts a hat on your head, and he's like, ugh. All right.
Or Slytherin.
So I'm kind of over this mind reading thing. You know,
Which
I've
one
already
would you
put
choose?
a lot of people into Slytherin. There's a bunch of people in Gryffindor. So
You have to choose between
like,
Ravenclaw.
yeah, all we have is Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. I'll let you choose.
I would choose Ravenclaw for sure.
Or he says, you could just get back on the Hogwarts Express, come back next year, try again.
Yeah.
Try it again. Which do you choose?
I would live on the Hogwarts Express. That
Raven.
is awesome.
You would not live on the Hogwarts Express because it doesn't
Ravenclaw.
get used.
Okay,
Besides 2
they
days
have
a year.
free fucking candies and shit all over it.
2 days a
Because they're
year.
free.
They didn't
Yeah.
pay for it in the movie, did they?
Yeah, remember Harry digs gold out of his pocket.
and he has
We'll
like a
take
ton,
the lot.
He has that's right. And he has a ton of gold, and they're like, "Holy shit, you're super rich." And Ron's like, "I ain't never seen so much gold in my life."
She's
What's Ron
she's
now?
paraphrasing, but
Yeah. She's not doing a full rendition of the scene. Is
so
what we're trying
so
to
in the
say.
new side of Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Diagon Alley side, they didn't get Emma Watson to come back to do Hermione, and it's super blatantly obvious because when you're riding on the Hogwarts Express, like you're in the little cabin area. One side is like a video screen.
Just so you guys
that-
know, he's recapping his vacation from 2 weeks ago.
One side is a video screen that plays like the countryside or whatever you're going past. The other side is like this like frosted window where they just project shadows of like characters or something, like they're standing outside your door. And at one point, Harry, Ron, and Hermione come through, and Ron is complaining that he's hungry and he wants Hermione to like whip up some food with her magic. And she comes in like, Ronald, you know I can't just conjure up food. It's one of the rules of magic. Me and my brother just looked at each other like, who is this? Who is this woman? And
Who
what does
is
she do
this
with
whore?
Hermione? And then their big ride on Diagon Alley, which is in Gringotts, there's a part where they like come on their little
We're
mine
gonna
cart,
wrap this part up pretty soon.
and it's Harry, Ron, and Hermione in a cart, but like Ron's head is right in front of Hermione's face. So it's like you don't even see her, and then you get that awkward voice again.
Ronald.
Ronald.
I would be placed in Hufflepuff, but it would be like how Harry Potter was originally placed in Slytherin, right? And he was like, "No, I don't want to go to Slytherin." It'd be like that.
You would say.
Did he really cry about
Ravenclaw?
it?
I would say, "Fuck that noise." I'm going to like.
I would just.
I'd
I'd get back
probably-
on the Hogwarts Express and come back.
And be a
Like,
human.
I would fight him. I would fight this.
Be a human. What?
I don't know.
I would fight
Can't
this.
you choose to be a,
You
Wait,
mean
have you never seen
you
Harry
want to be a
Potter?
muggle?
a
you mean.
muggle? Yeah, a muggle.
Never seen Harry
A
Potter.
muggle.
A muggle.
Hello.
I saw the first one.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get to the video game
Jesus
questions.
Christ.
What?
Adrian asks, best racing game.
Mario Kart. Doi.
Yeah, I don't think that's a question. It's not up for serious debate.
That was such a weird piggyback.
Yeah, it was like-
I can't tell if that's your honest
Yeah.
opinion or if you just you're like, oh,
I was like-
I don't really play racing games.
Well, no, I mean I don't play racing games, but I mean everyone's played Mario Kart. The
Crazy
only
Taxi.
thing I can, but is that a racing game? I
I
would
don't
consider it.
know.
I would put it in the genre of picking up
You'd put
people
it in
on
what?
sides of roads for
And driving
money.
all psycho.
You'd put it in the what?
The genre over here.
Okay.
If racing is here in the circle, it's here. There's maybe a little overlap.
Well, that's that question.
But
Mario Kart.
no, the only other racing game I ever played was Gran Turismo, and I enjoyed that first one a lot, but I don't know.
But not
I
as
just
much
can't get
as
into a
Mario
racing game. Yeah, not as much as Mario Kart.
I haven't played Mario
Because
Kart 8 yet, but it looks
every
fantastic.
edition of Mario Kart that comes out is just like
I played Mod
it's so
Racers.
good.
Mod Racers
Yeah.
on PlayStation?
Yeah,
Is that a PlayStation thing?
it's PS3.
Yeah.
Mod
Did
Racer
you
Nation.
love it?
I enjoyed
That's
it.
the one where you can like build tracks and stuff,
Yes. I
You
enjoyed
can
it.
modify.
There you go. Okay. Adrian asks,
Hey.
Hey, what is your opinion on virtual reality tech? Have you tried Oculus Rift?
You know what? My one goal of E3 was to try Oculus Rift.
And we did not do that.
And I didn't see it anyway. Oh, I forgot you were there. Nicole was there.
What do you mean? She had a GoPro the whole
I know, we
damn
picked her
time.
up at that horrible wax museum
Yeah,
or something.
great
That was
spot
awful.
to pick somebody up in LA.
I've never even been there.
I thought I was going to get shot down.
I thought I was going to get turned into
The
wax.
most traffic, in the most construction, in the most ghetto.
And there was a wax museum. Hey, let's go meet at the wax museum because there's a Starbucks there. or
That's
some
what white
shit.
people do.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's like, I think they have a pretzel bar.
With a peanut butter and mustard. And then Cliff Bars at the end.
Wait, you don't eat Cliff Bars?
I do because my stepdad was white.
Okay.
But all the Asian people I know don't eat Cliff
Dang.
Bars.
But like, yeah, get that Cliff Bar.
Or
What
if
was
they're-
our question?
What if they're climbers?
Yeah, climbers.
Climbers love Cliff
Oh,
Bars.
we were talking about virtual reality. It ended up at Cliff Bars.
I think it's cool, but it won't ever be like,
It's not going to be in every
it's
household.
not going to take over, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh.
You were saying you wanted to play it.
Yeah, I wanted to play it at E3, but I never got a chance to because we didn't find one. Because we had to do Nicole's thing the whole time.
What was my thing?
The whole damn time.
The whole
What was my
stop
thing?
doing your
No, I mean-
damn thing.
Oculus has been at the
What was
last
my
couple
thing? I didn't
E3s
do
and
anything.
conventions.
Yeah, I know.
I've
People
never
got
been like,
pink eye from one of them.
yeah, people
Yeah.
get pink eye.
That's funny.
Because like, hundreds of
Um,
people a day putting that thing on their eyes.
I was just listening to an RGN podcast where they were talking about a game at PAX that involved the Oculus. It was a multiplayer Oculus game where one person wears the Oculus Rift and they're looking at this bomb and they have to describe the bomb to their teammates.
Who have to defuse
Who-
it? Blind?
They have a packet of papers that they have to go through based off the details that the guy looking at the bomb gives them and tell him how to defuse the bomb.
Cool.
It sounds super cool. I would love to play it. What? Why are you confused?
Why a packet?
But
Why couldn't
why-
it have been like a laptop
I
or
don't
something?
know. I don't know.
Is that a type of game that needs Oculus Rift though?
Yeah, so everyone else can't see it.
Okay.
Because if you're standing
Yeah, I
around a
guess.
TV,
Screen
everyone can look up at it.
Well, screen peeking is prevalent.
Is
It
what?
is-
Did you see that one thing that was like the guy
Screen
like flapping?
peeking is the number one killer of domestic cats.
Let's hope so.
How did you get into gaming media / journalism? By guess who?
Adrian.
Our best friend.
Cool.
Your best friend.
Kirk.
I've always
You're my best friend.
had kind of. I am. Thank you.
No.
Adrian.
No.
You're nobody's best friend.
Fudge.
You just exist.
Yeah, I have always kind of had an affinity for like wanting to do more with games, because it's like I don't know. At the time, I don't. What am I trying to say? Like I thought it was like a cool industry and it's like up and coming and like movies not for me. Like I do like sports, but writing about it is
What
just like
about
the same
normal
thing.
jobs? Like
Normal jobs are
Like office
boring. I
jobs.
worked at a hotel for like 8 years, so it's like
you still work at a hotel.
so mundane. Sorry for my previous employers. This does not reflect my opinion in any way, and I will
Guess
not
what?
put this on
They're not
LinkedIn.
Listening.
So I just thought it was cool, like because I played games at home. I'm like, hey, I could just play games and like write about it. And the cool thing, you don't need to be on like an MMO attack like this big media empire to talk about games. Like you could start up a blog, and you know if you're saying interesting things and people like it, like you can get popular that way. And I think that's like, I feel like that was one of the few industries where you can
There's-
you can create what you want.
There's a whole vault in the Gamerverse
Don't.
where people...
Don't you do it.
That's a plug. That's a plug. So yeah, growing up, I read Nintendo Power obsessively. This was like before the internet existed.
You had to, like, if you wanted to...
Like, if you wanted cheat codes, you waited for the next issue of Nintendo Power and crossed your fingers that maybe that game
And if
was
you
covered.
wanted to enter a giveaway, you had to, like, rip out a page, write your name and address in,
Yeah.
put it in an envelope, lick the pin, and maybe in 6 months
4
from
to
now...
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Minimum. It's like, how bad
Life was so
how,
hard.
How bad was mail back then? Though that 4 to 6 weeks later, you might get something.
Well, they had to.
Now you order
In
something
2
on
days, if
Amazon,
I don't
in
get
2
it, I'm
days,
pissed.
It's at your door.
I don't know.
I like games, and I like to talk about games, and
Can you even let me finish mine?
I think that people
Remember
who
when I
like
was
video
speaking?
games are cool. I also think we.
I can't tell if this is going somewhere.
I don't know
It's
either.
more of a ramble
It's-
than a
yeah.
speech.
Speech.
So I grew up reading a lot of Nintendo Power, Electronic Gaming Monthly. I thought when I was
Yeah.
little that I wanted to develop video games, but I realized very quickly that, nah, I'd rather just like play them. So anyways, that didn't work out either. So I went to college, I got a communications degree for like video editing, that kind of stuff. Moved out here, found on Craigslist of all places, the job posting for,
Hey, Craigslist.
hey,
Hey.
we're Craigslist kids.
Hey.
Craigies. Craig. I'm trying
Weird.
to make a word for
Anyways,
it.
I got hired here doing video work, which then eventually transitioned into me doing more writing for the website, and that's where I am today.
And
No corruption.
I make video games.
Gamergate. Hashtag Gamergate.
hashtag
And I play video
Hashtag
games.
hashtag.
And
You do what?
I make video games.
You make them.
Yeah.
I made this.
With?
I make lots of people.
She's an art.
Who do you work for?
Don't.
I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
He who must
Dang.
never be named in public. Oh, I grabbed 2. Oh no.
But if
Bonus!
he who must never be named is listening, the new site looks good. So, kudos.
Hey, this question kind of goes in line with what we were talking about.
Carslan?
Carslan asks.
I'll just call you Carlson.
Who is Carlson?
You know what? I'm gonna call you Carlton. How do you have? Oh, this is mean.
Oh, that's a really sad question.
It's a sad question. We can read it.
You can answer.
It's self-deprecating.
I'll just not say it.
Okay, this question is extremely outdated, by the way.
Deprecating.
Carlson asks, how do you have 6,000 subs? It's 8,300
If you could count.
if you can count, and only 4
Or
likes.
read. You don't have to count. You can
So
just
I
read.
think he's saying this video that he asked the question on only had 4 likes.
Yeah. Sounds typical.
It sounds typical. I don't know. The people watch it and they don't press the like button.
Here's the thing, like, the brunt of our subscribers come from a video like, say, top 10
Yeah.
MMOs for 2014. People watch that, they
That's
may
a
like it or
one-time-a-year
dislike it.
Video.
Either way, they want to see more top 10, so they subscribe hoping that we do more, which that's realistically a very small part of what we do.
Yes.
So those don't happen very often. So when we do like a weekly podcast like this, they're just not interested in it.
Right.
So they
If
don't
you're
watch.
looking for intelligent conversation, in-depth answers, and fun, you should subscribe and watch for real and
Or
like.
And
let,
then
let
if
us,
you press
let us
like-
know where you find that.
Yeah.
And we'll go
Well,
learn.
no,
This place is not that place.
piggybacking on Mark,
Don't do
a
that.
lot of people watch
That was,
the first...
that was more awkward than the awkward
Piggybacking
turtles.
on Mark.
The
A
awkward
lot of
piggy.
people watch like the first impressions videos, so they're just there for gameplay. So like, oh, these guys do like free to play MMOs and stuff.
The
So
Skyland Shore.
I'll
Zach Pickle.
I'll subscribe and I want to see more of those. So then when we show up with like 3 cool people, the people aren't watching it. But
Moral of the story is, if
Watch
you're
our
watching right
videos.
now and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Why not?
and press like and then leave a
'Cause-
comment that says, hey, I appreciate what you did today.
And
And
leave
you
more
changed my
questions so we can answer
Yeah,
them.
we need
And
more
if you
questions
don't want to
from our
subscribe,
box.
you could tell us why, and we will take it as constructive criticism.
Very
Unless you're
constructive.
being rude.
If you want to get in on Nicole's box,
Click.
I will say your name.
submit a question.
I will say your name, and I will pronounce it however you want me to
She will
pronounce it.
scream your name.
I will say your name. I'll be like, A! Oh,
Adrian.
it's Adrian. I wrote A. Xbox
cute.
or PlayStation? PlayStation.
This is it.
Doi.
We're gonna fight. We've just
don't care.
started a
Who's
fight.
fighting?
I don't care.
Oh, I
If
guess.
everyone's-
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. Mark has both Xbox and PlayStation. Nicole likes PlayStation. I like Xbox.
Wait, do you like PlayStation?
I don't know how she
I've
does.
never
I'm
owned
so
an
confused.
Xbox.
That's why.
Oh. Okay, that's fair.
I
What
started
do you-
on PlayStation.
What was, you owned a PS3?
Hmm?
No, PS4.
My
What was the
brother
last
had a
game you played on
PS2.
PS3?
Um,
How long ago would you say?
Like 2 days ago.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, okay. So your PlayStation. Because she's never owned an Xbox, are there any properties on Xbox that you like or respect? Or what is it on PlayStation that you like the most? Or what properties do you
I
respect
like
the
the
most?
games that they have on PlayStation.
Such as? Name specifics.
Like the exclusives?
It's just more of a general audience. They have stuff like Little Big Planet. That's for like everybody. And then they have stuff that's like yeah.
Good
She'll
answer.
get there.
So anyways,
I'm not good under pressure.
It's fine.
I didn't play on tests.
I really like
I'm not touching.
the Xbox only because I grew up. I had the original Xbox. I had the 360. And now I have the One. Never owned a PlayStation. I had a PSP for about a month. Then I sold it. But
That's
anyways, now
smart.
that I've had an Xbox for so long, I have a huge gamer score. All my friends are on there. I love Halo. So it's like I'm not gonna give it up. Even though now I own a PS4 and I have access to all that library or whatever, and PS4 is doing amazingly this generation so far. So mad props to them. But if there's like multi-platforms or whatever, I'm always going to stick to Xbox.
You know what I think it is?
That's
I
just
think
my ecosystem.
It's because a lot of the Xbox games eventually come out on PC. So if I were to play an Xbox game like Halo, like
Uh-huh.
it's just on PC.
The original Halo. No Halo has ever followed suit since then.
Okay.
Maybe Halo 2 did. Did it?
But
I don't think
I'm
so.
just saying,
I see your point.
and not a lot of PlayStation games come out on.
Gross. So I started on. I had the original PlayStation. I went to PlayStation 2, but then I got the Xbox 360, and from there I've only.
And it gave
I've
you the
stuck
red
with-
circle of death, and you were fine with it.
I got 2 red circles of death, and I was fine with it. I returned them both. I got free ones back, and it should have put me down. It should have hindered my love, but it did not. In fact, it
No,
is
sir.
stronger.
Although,
But yeah, like Mark, like I have a decent gamer score on there, so it's like I wouldn't want to mess with PlayStation, go and start all over. It's like, that's another thing, like with Steam, I have so many Steam games, like when all these other things come out, like Arc and Good Old Games and those types of things, I'm like, I don't even want to deal with that because
okay,
I
to be
it's not
fair,
going to be on Steam.
even though I prefer PlayStation, I don't even play it that much. Like,
You're mostly PC.
I'm mostly PC Master Races.
Master Race.
Oh,
better.
you
PC
whores.
Master
You
Race.
B-I-C-H.
Yeah, we went there.
No, I actually
But-
just got Elder Scrolls Online. Woo! People
I-
can say what they will. I like the game.
I think Nintendo is doing a good thing with the whole GameCube controllers thing. That's
Actually,
exciting.
how did Nintendo get left out of this conversation? I feel bad
Because the question wasn't
I would buy a Wii U.
I
if
know,
I
but
could
why-
afford it.
I
neither
would
was PC
love
included
a
in
Wii
it.
U.
Can we play
I know
Wii U?
it's a console question.
Here?
It's a console question,
But,
but
like,
they didn't put
would
Nintendo
pick
in.
Nintendo has my favorite properties. Like I love Metroid, I love Zelda, I love Mario,
Yoshi, all
and they
that
always
stuff.
do them super super well. So I love Nintendo, but I don't think the Wii U is a compelling enough platform for me to purchase it
Yeah.
currently.
However, when Super Smash comes out, I'm going to be extremely close to buying it.
Extremely close, or is that?
Well, I don't have any
Is-
money, so I
Well,
can't
for,
buy
for
it.
Christmas. For Christmas.
Yeah.
From
Christmas
who?
gift.
Santa!
mommy who dresses up like Santa.
And he takes your tooth from under the pillow.
She's gonna be like, for Christmas, you can get a real job. What are you doing?
I'm adding all the things in one because it's homogenous. I don't know if I'm using the term correctly.
Homogeneous.
Let's add.
Next question.
Let's
boom. Mountain Dew Mofo.
Oh look, this one's for me. Mountain Dew Mofo says, Nicole, what's your summoner name? They've never added it.
Ooh.
Here's
Background.
the
Do you remember this?
Here's the context. In one of the videos, I was like, they're going to put my summoner name right here. And Kirk said, quote unquote,
Preach.
I will do it. I'll do it.
Uh-huh.
And in the video, if you watch it, I'm just doing this. And there's nothing there. And Kirk never writes there.
You're expecting me to watch through a 30-minute video podcast.
What does
and
the bastard do?
Then don't say you're going to do it.
What does the bastard do? Even with me, while he edits it, I said, oh, don't forget to put in her summoner's name. He doesn't do it. This is what it's like working here on
What
a
is
database.
her summoner's name?
I
don't know.
Things to you and
Bot
like,
lane buddies?
you're like my
SexxyBot.
my statements go into your head. They kind of
Wait.
like
They kind of just
like
mush
they do
around
this.
for a little bit.
If you can
No,
see me right
hey,
now,
I
this
just
is what my
realized
statements do in
when
his
you're
head.
saying sexy bot, you're not meaning like sexy bot lane. You mean like sexy robot. I thought it was sexy bot lane the whole time.
So
That
like my
exact thing is
thoughts are
happening
doing
right
this,
now.
and then it's just like they just.
It's because there's so many inputs coming from all directions,
What?
and I'm fighting them off.
What? Stop.
Don't
Swat.
fight them out. Just let him in. Let it. There's one that says go to the bathroom. He's fighting off. There's one that says take a shower.
I've been very
He's
good
fighting
lately
it off.
at making sure
Okay.
at making sure I have your attention when I speak to you, because I know it's just in one ear out the other, but still nothing gets processed. I say, okay, can you make sure Zach puts up his review on Steam for that developer? You say, yeah. I'm like, no. You do it right now. You tell him right now to put it up there, because I know if I don't make you do it, it's not going to happen. I don't know how we got this far into my nagging on Kirk.
Her summoner name is SexxyBot.
2 X's.
Kirk is going to put a graphic up right now.
SexxyBot.
Ready? Graphic. Guys, look at this
I
graphic.
don't like.
Wow.
I don't like.
Why would
that
you
you're-
choose that font? Is my question.
Yeah, he's
I
like that
actually
sometimes.
made this.
It's shitty. So.
Yeah, but look at the O.
Okay, Kirk, ready
There's
for
no-
this? You ready for
SexxyBot. There's an O.
this? Ready?
You're not even on the screen.
It's fine. He's holding the graphic.
I just pulled it
Oh, my
down.
name.
I just pulled it down a little
It's
so
large.
people can read it now.
Okay, you're
And then,
making me
ready?
do like so
Ready?
much work.
Well, you should have done this work earlier, and this would never
No, I
have happened.
Ready?
You're making the. Okay.
You should make it like terrible, like not even line up with his hands and just sort of like shake.
I don't-
around. He's not gonna do it.
That was a pretty cool graphic, guys, huh? Leave your comments below.
And you can ask us personal questions.
What are you saying?
Not too personal, like addressed to a
You
specific
can
person.
ask any question and
Like,
then we'll
address his-
decide
like,
whether we want to answer
Mark,
it.
is your full name Marcus?
So anyways, yeah, I have this mole on my John Thomas that
I
I'm
don't
like-
know what a John Thomas is. And
If
It's
you
a penis.
if you listen to more of the Ricky Gervais podcast or the Rooster Teeth podcast,
It's
all the Brits say
penis.
it. It's British for
Penis.
penis.
I'm yelling
John
penis.
Thomas?
John Thomas.
And
John
everyone
Thomas.
outside in the office.
Anyways,
Hey,
but John
do you
Thomas
know
was
who
out.
can't say penis?
Rain and Scully.
Obama.
That's great.
Ice Bucket Challenge.
No, we gotta do that.
No, I'm not doing it.
New girl, Jess.
Okay,
Who?
whatever.
Remember in the show, she doesn't say it.
Who?
It does. It's not even relevant. Let's ask one more question.
Anyways, so I dropped Trow. I'm like, hey, look at this mole. Is it sketchy? At first, he's like, oh, I think that's HPV. I'm like, no, it's not HPV. I've had this since a childhood, sir. So he's like, okay.
Do you want me to leave this?
Well, it does look a
on
little
the
sketchy,
camera?
so we can freeze it off. So he goes out. He in like 10 seconds, he comes back with this steaming cup of liquid nitrogen. I was like, where did you get that from? Where do you have a supply of that you got it so readily? So then I lay down on the table and he's swabbing it and poking it. Meanwhile, I'm just like, God damn, this sucks. I would rather be at work. I want to be at work. So anyways, it's supposed to fall off in 4 days.
Your whole penis?
No!
God.
Just the mole. End of story. Next question.
This is... Last question.
Headline will be, Mark gets a mole frozen off of his donger.
The headline is coming out of my hands, and now I'm going to put it back.
Damn. This is a graphic heavy podcast.
Okay, last question.
You're going to have to do a lot of editing. It's going to be fun.
I know.
By Adrian.
Ignat.
Perma-Death versus non-perma-death. What is your preference? Non-perma-death.
I like...
Because I don't like dying.
He's going to mention
Perma-Death.
Dark Souls.
To a limit. Yeah, actually, I am.
He's going to mention Dark Souls.
I like Dark Souls because it's permadeath enough where... Well, it raises the stakes enough to where dying is a big setback, but not so much that you're starting from zero. I don't like starting from scratch over and over again. But, like, when you die in Dark Souls, if you have, like, let's say you're carrying 30,000 souls and you die, and it's somewhere out there, like, those are big enough stakes where it's, like, a moment of panic. Like, I have to get those souls. Mm-hmm. I like that.
I don't like that because usually when I die, it's because I did something stupid or I was, like, talking to someone in real life and I just left it. People have been saying that to me a lot.
That you're a stupid girl?
Yeah, they go.
Is there any, like...
Was it Ignat? Is it Adrian?
No, not online. People in real life. They go,
who are these people?
Stupid girl.
Hey, stupid girl. Is there any super popular game that has permadeath?
It makes me sad.
Stupid. You can turn it on in, like, Diablo.
Yes.
I know of an example. Oh, like... Daisy, H1Z1, very permadeathy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess in context, it would be good. Like in those games, it's good because it gives you more of a reason to try to survive. Yes. But in games like, if I was playing an MMO, like I would.
Yeah, like the game Wizardry Online, which I think is no more, because it was an MMO, but it had permadeath, so it was like.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's stupid. So you grind and then you just
die. You grind, and you die, and it's like, who is gonna...
I feel like...
After you've done all that, who is gonna go back and be like, oh yeah, that was worth
awesome.
it, I'm gonna grind
I feel like as an MMO, especially if you grind, the game should reward you...
I think that as an MMO...
The game should reward you...
No, I think that as an MMO.
I think that in an MMO, the game should...
I think that in an MMO...
Wait till we're done talking and then...
I think that...
Oh my god!
It should reward you for grinding and playing a long time. And if you
MMO.
die, it should still be rewarding you for trying to experiment. Like, oh, there's this like big monster, I'm going to try to fight it. The game shouldn't punish you for doing things.
It absolutely should punish you.
No, why?
Because think back
but
to
if there's no, I feel like if there's no punishment at all, and if it's just like, oh, I know I can roll into this dungeon, blah blah.
Yeah, but death does not provide. Like
points,
permadeath gives a more rewarding experience for your accomplishments. If there's no punishment for dying besides you going back like 10 feet, it's like completing this hard boss is like nothing.
I feel like if you're gonna die, you should go back to like the nearest town or whatever. Like you can't just keep fighting the boss.
I know, but I like I guess a cross between. It's not permadeath, but something like Dark Souls where it's like
sets you back.
It sets you back enough where death is,
but not enough where you give up.
Right, not enough where you give up, but having to go back and reclaim your body. Like in an old school like EverQuest, like when you died, you had to go back to where your body was or get resurrected by another player. So like if you're off adventuring in a faraway zone and you die, you're like, fuck.
So, what about like Sonic? Like you're racing and you hit the checkpoints that go bling, bling, and then like, do you think that when you die you should start the level over, or do you think you should just keep going?
I think that's a different sort of experience then.
So it's all about context then.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, Dark Souls also does it smart because when you die, it also respawns all the monsters as well.
Oh god!
So it's not like you're dying and then you're just running quick back to where you were. It's like you're refighting everything again.
What about like
which
in Borderlands? If you die, you can either get second win by either a player or killing something, or if you don't get that in time, you actually die, and then you go back to a checkpoint no matter how far back.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Is that permadeath?
No. Permadeath is like when you die, you lose everything.
Yeah. Because it gives you the chance to live. So should that have set you back like even further? Like when you actually die.
If you choose to die instead of try to live?
Yes. No, not if you choose to die, if it times out.
Oh.
So it gives you this timer, and you can either get healed by a teammate, or you can kill something, and it will let you live again from that point. But if you actually die, it goes like...
I mean, yeah, it depends on, in a first-person shooter, you don't, there's... I guess a permadeath is something like a search and destroy, like in Call of Duty, where... But it's like individual matches, so if you're dead in that match, you can't come back. I guess, I don't know. It depends on what type of...
spectate for the rest of the match.
Yeah, then you have to spectate for the rest of that one match. So
right.
That's, I guess, technically permadeath in that situation.
Yeah, I'll say this about permadeath. I like it for
certain things.
The value it adds to that character's life and the reward that you get for completing things. I don't like it for the repetitive nature of games that it creates, like where you're doing stuff over and over again, like games like Binding of Isaac or whatever. Like I just don't care to do the same thing over and over and over again.
Melee.
That's not permadeath.
I know, but
it's not remotely permadeath.
I know, but
pronounced melee.
I like saying melee. Guacamole.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Fantastic game, by the way.
those some of those challenging puzzles, you get so far, and if you hit a side, you gotta start all the way back.
Yeah.
I don't know, that stuff. It's cool. It's cool because it does make it challenging, but it gets super frustrating really quick. Yeah. Sometimes.
But honestly, for a puzzle game,
you kind of you need that. Otherwise, it's just too easy.
Otherwise you could just keep going. You fail the puzzle and then you do it
Yeah. But a lot of the times, I've now figured out exactly what I need to do. I just can't get past this one little thing, or I make this one little error.
What is this square?
What?
Why is this?
There's a square
here?
Her face.
But I'm not even there.
That's you have to keep your head in the square. Yeah.
Moral of the story is download Guacamelee. It's a fantastic game.
That's the moral of the whole question.
Oh, also,
that's the moral.
Side note. Apparently, I'm going to be streaming soon, so you guys should give me suggestions.
Wait, are we done with questions?
Yes.
Let's not side note that. Let's make it a
main point.
Main note.
And footnote.
MMO Attack is streaming!
Don't make me put any more things. This is supposed to be a raw, unfiltered podcast.
I think we have a graphic for that.
This is supposed to be raw.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
Well, tell me which games you want me to stream.
Anyways, we're working out a schedule right now for Nicole, Skyland Shore. I think Kirk's going to do some. Mark might. You never know what he does.
Hi.
We'll post that on the website, on Facebook, Twitter. We'll talk about it here. If you have a game you want to see one of us play, let us know. And
don't you dare.
And actually, all these graphics are annotated. They're all annotated, so you can just click them right here.
Facebook, Twitter, and our website.
Drop a suggestion for what you want to see us play, and we will.
And here's last week's video.
Last week's video. You guys, let's end it now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment for next week, and we'll see you guys.
Bye.
Explosion graphic.
You put that one on yourself.
Midge?
Midget.
That's how tall I am.
I can say that. I used to have a midget friend. So I'm very sympathetic.
Were they cool?
She was okay.
Wait, just
she was very dramatic about everything.
Is it because she was a midget?
Do
you think her being a midget, did it define her?
Did she feel entitled to things?
No, she worked at McDonald's actually.
How did she see over the thing?
She carried a stool everywhere.
She was very efficient.
She had a lot of attitude. She was very sassy. She'd wheel her stool around and just kind of throw it. And then,
kind of like you do with chairs.
it's not my fault that the floor has so much friction that you couldn't slide a wheel over it if you wanted.
Should we wait for Nicole to eat her bagel?
Yeah, because
that's rude.
People, I've said this before, people like chewing. They like swallowing. Like, just the sounds.
Well, yeah, that's standard.
Whenever you're ready.
Nicole, are you a cutter?
Mm-mm.
You've got...
I know. I'm very bad with my left arm. I do stupid things.
Well, it looks like it's been in a wood chipper.
I closed the gate on myself. And I couldn't get back over because I didn't have a key. So I tried to climb the fence and open the door.
All I hear
There's
is
one
chewing.
time, our front gate, the keypad stopped working. And I didn't have my keys with me. So I'm like, motherfucker. So I had to climb over the gate. The top of the gate had spikes on it. So here I am trying to like squeeze my junk and my tush between the big spikes. And as I'm...
That's where you got...
With the mole? No, I've had